Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Today is the disappearance day of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. So let's sing and hear the glories of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. One of the very, very important saint, one of the very, very important acharya in our entire parampara, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. It gives me a lot of, happiness, bliss and goosebumps at times when I read about these personalities. Any acharya in the line, our Gaudiya line, they're so glorious, so glorious. We can have classes on them forever, one acharya after another. And their dedication to the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's something which we cannot comprehend. And the devotion that they have towards the Lord, very difficult to comprehend. And the love that Lord has towards them, extremely difficult to comprehend. And one such personality is Narottama Das Ṭhākura. Narottama Das Ṭhākura plays a very, very important role in the lives of all the devotees, especially ISKCON devotees. Because all the songs that we sing, most of it, are either Narottama Das Ṭhākura or Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. So the song that we sing while doing Prabhupada's Guru Puja, Chakshudan Dilo Jai Janme Janme Prabhu Se, so that is the song by Narottama Das Ṭhākura. He is calling out intensely to his spiritual master. And that song Prabhupada made it as one of the very, very important songs which has to be sung during Guru Puja. So in this way, we see that how this personality, Narottama Das Ṭhākura, who crushed the entire Vedic scriptures and the juice that was there, he gave it in the form of songs to all of us. And these songs of Narottama Das Ṭhākura, they are very juicy, at the same time very painful also. You can drink the juice, but then you'll feel the pain as well in the heart. Because sometimes it's almost like some thunderbolt that is shot in our heart. That song, the Vaishnava song rabbit says, Vaishnava songs cracks like a thunder in the heart. It's actually like that. And if someone internalizes, absorbs the mode of Sri Narottama Das Ṭhākura, that devotee can grow in Krishna consciousness like anything. Therefore, it's very important that on such auspicious days, we understand their character, we understand their life sketch more deeper. So we'll try to repeat what we have heard and read from the books. About the life of Narottama Das Ṭhākura, obviously I cannot say life of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. A part of life of Narottama Das Ṭhākura we'll try to discuss today, on this glorious day of Narottama Das Ṭhākura's disappearance. For us, appearance and disappearance both are same. It's very, very glorious. Because when the personality appears, very glorious because he has come to deliver all of us. When the personality disappears, again very glorious because he is going back home, back to Godhead. In both the cases, devotees, they enjoy, they sing, and they feast. That is what is the festival, appearance and disappearance day. And these appearance and disappearance day, Avirbhav and Tirobhav, are non-different as compared to any festival directly connected to the Lord, like Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima, etc. Therefore, these festivals, maybe we might not be able to do much on these festivals, especially like Narottama Das Ṭhākura's appearance or disappearance or something like that. But one thing that we can do is, we can sing their glories, hear their glories, sing their bhajans, and try to imbibe at least an iota of the ocean of love or the devotion what they have towards the Lord. So let's purify ourselves now by hearing the glories of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates, every day in the morning they would do kirtan on the streets, and at night they would do kirtan in Śrīla. They would not sleep. Because when morning they were doing kirtan one day, and when the sun was setting, so at that time devotees were very angry at the sun, and their anger was so much that their anger can burn the sun. That was the anger. And on that day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Gauranga, Nimai, he came up with a nice idea. He asked everyone, why are we wasting time sleeping at night? Let's do kirtan at night. And these became the nocturnal kirtans in Śrīla Sangan. And these nocturnal kirtans were much more relishable, and they were enjoyed like anything by all the associates, the close associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it's described that Sankirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different than Rasa Leela of Lord Sri Krishna. The same Rasa Leela of Lord Sri Krishna's Leelas, that has come down in the age of Kali as Sankirtan. And anyone who participates in Sankirtan is actually participating in Rasa Leela of Lord Sri Krishna. So all those Sankirtan devotees now are participating in this mission and doing Sankirtan, Samyak Rupaina Kirtan, coming together and doing Kirtan, coming together and preaching, book distribution, etc. All that is just the same pastime in a different flavor, and that is the Rasa Leela pastime. So many times people are very eager. Prabhu, thoda Rasa Leela can you bataiye to? You come Sunday evening, I'll take you to Rasa Leela. Now come, we can go for book distribution, we can go for pass distribution. That is actual Rasa Leela. So one day, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was doing kirtan on the banks of the river Padmavati, so suddenly, looking on the other side of the river Padmavati, he loudly started shouting, Narottam, Narottam, Narottam. And no one knew who is this Narottam. Nityananda Prabhu was there, Haridas Thakur was there, Vakreshwar Pandit was there, and so many other devotees. All of them were present, and no one knew who is Narottam. And chanting the names of Narottam, 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 and pointing towards the other side of Padmavati river, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Gauranga, he was taking support of Nityananda. And he was chanting the names of Narottama, and then he couldn't take the support of Nityananda for long, and he fell down, rolling on the ground, crying tears of ecstasy. He was chanting Narottam, Narottam, and all devotees are looking, who is this Narottam? And what did he do to Mahaprabhu? And they're looking at each other. At that time, Nityananda Prabhu, he went, and because Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy, and Mahaprabhu's ecstasy was every now and then revealed to these great devotees. So at that time, Nityananda Prabhu, he went and he glorified Lord Krishna in the ears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But that was also not working today. Then he told Vakreshwar Pandit that you please sing. And then he started singing, and all the devotees started singing, loud roar of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, loud roar of the holy names of the Lord. At that time, Lord Chaitanya came back to his consciousness a bit. And at that time, Nityananda Prabhu, he asked, oh Lord, what happened? Suddenly. And who is this Narottam? And Lord Chaitanya, with a lot of moroseness and sadness, he started speaking. He said, see, as of now we all are there and we are doing Sankirtan, we are spreading Sankirtan mission. But after we disappear, who is going to do that Sankirtan? How will this Sankirtan mission move forward? And I'm really tensed. Oh Nitai, please tell me, who will do that? And Nitai looked at Nimai or Gauranga, and he's saying, oh Lord, you are Antaryami. Your Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know very well who will do that. Oh Lord, you tell me that who will be doing that. Please reveal the secret. And at that time, Lord said, I have to empower someone. That person will be able to continue this mission of Sankirtan. And now Nitai is asking, who is that person, oh Lord? Who is that person? And at that time again, Gauranga said, Narottam, Narottam, Narottam. Again, Nitai asked, who is this Narottam and where is he? And Gauranga said, my Narottam has not yet appeared. He will be appearing very soon on the other side of Padmavati river. Now Nityananda Prabhu had a question. Then how will you empower him, O Lord? Because we are going to disappear. How will you empower him? And at that time, Lord Chaitanya, he said, I will give my love to him. How? I will deposit my love in this river Padmavati. And I'll ask Padmavati Devi, the goddess of this river, personified, to hand over this love to Narottama. And this I'm going to do tomorrow morning. Now all devotees are always the whispers going on. Oh, is this Narottama? Because no one heard. It's only Nityananda and Gauranga. They both are having this discussion. And all of them asking, who is this Narottama? Who is this Narottama? What's going to happen? Why was he crying like this? And Nityananda Prabhu didn't speak anything at that time. Next day morning, again, all of them came to the same place. They're doing kirtan. And at that time, Nityananda Prabhu told all the devotees, be very alert. Now something is going to happen which will be the most miraculous one, the most extraordinary scene. Don't miss this. Be alert and see what Gauranga is going to do. And when everyone was chanting the holy name, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Gauranga, he entered Padmavati river and he went to the center of the river. And when he went like that, it is described the entire river overflowed as if it's a flood and all the water came. Now all the banks and devotees were seeing all that. And the river personified a Devi called Padmavati. She came there with folded hands and she was asking, Gauranga, oh Lord, how can I serve you? And at that time, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he says that I will give you the most rarely achieved, that is love of Godhead, love of mine. And you have to store that with you. And in future, a devotee called Narottama will come. You please hand over this to him. Now Padmavati Devi, she had a question. She said, how will I get to know that, who is that Narottama? And at that time, Gauranga said, the ecstasy that you felt when I entered the river, same ecstasy you will feel when he will enter your river. And when you feel that, please hand over this to him. And in this way, now for everyone's pleasure, all the devotees' pleasure, Lord deposited love of Gauranga in the river Padmavati. And the pastime went on. Gauranga performed his various pastimes. He took sannyas, he went to Jagannath Puri, all that, and then finally he entered the Ṭhākura deity. But when all these pastimes were still happening, when Antya-Leela pastimes were still happening in Jagannath Puri, at that time, something happened in Keturi ground. In Keturi ground, on the banks of Padmavati river, there was a king of that place whose name was Krishnananda Dāsa, and his good wife, Narayani. So they both were hankering for a child. And when they were hankering for the child, it is described that they're praying to the Lord that after we leave, who will take care of this kingdom? And at that time, when their intense desires were increasing, so one day when Krishnananda Prabhu, Krishnananda Maharaj, was sitting in the room, so there was a celestial sound which said that very soon you will have a very divine son and his name would be Narottama. Now he is the only one who is there in the room. He's searching, Kaun bola? Where is sound coming from? And then he was pinching himself. Oh, am I dreaming? Was it a dream? And after a few days, his wife Narayani, she also got a dream. She got a dream where a golden effulgent person coming out of Krishnananda Maharaj and entering her body. And when she got this dream, she came and she told Maharaj Krishnananda that so-and-so dream I got. And then he related the incident which happened with him. And then he said that prophecy is going to come true very soon. And at that time, on a very, very auspicious day, it was the full moon day of Magh. The great personality, Narottama Das Ṭhākura, appeared. Now it is described his complexion was blackish, bluish, like Lord Krishna. Shyama Varna. And his eyes are compared to the lotus petals. And he was very, very charming. And Narayani, when she was looking at the baby, she was completely charmed by the beauty of the baby. Krishnananda Maharaj was so happy, so very happy. In this way, this great personality Narottama appeared in the Kheturi Gram. So just reflect on this point, that how great this personality is. Lord is predicting about him. And then there are other prophecies which are happening. And then these two personalities, for your information, Maharaj Krishnananda and Narayani, they were great Vaishnavas. And they would host a lot of Vaishnavas. Because every year, a lot of devotees will go from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri, crossing Kheturi. And at that time, Maharaj Krishnananda, he would make a lot of arrangements, not take care of all the Vaishnavas. It's a very, very important thing to note, that great personalities will appear in the house of great personalities. And when these two great personalities, that's Maharaj Krishnananda and Narayani Mataji, so when both of them, when they are doing this nice devotional service, and when they're telling the Lord, they're asking the Lord, you send a son to our house. Why will not Lord send? And here we have this great personality Narottama in their house. Now here are the glories of Narottama. You will be, shocked and surprised how this child Narottama was. It is described that Krishnananda Maharaj was so happy that there was 8-day celebration that was held from the time of the appearance of Narottama. 8-day celebration. A lot of activities were going around. There were a lot of Pandits who were called, astrologers who were called, and they were telling various things about the child. And one Pandit, with the group of Pandits, they said that the name that we have to give for this child should contain 2 or more syllables. Na, ra, ta. And all of them, they came together and they said, his name should be Narottama. And Krishnananda Maharaj, he was getting goosebumps because no one knew this word, name Narottama, but he knew the name Narottama because on one of the days when he was sitting in the room, Narottama word was uttered. And when this name was given, he understood he is not an ordinary child, he is divine. He is divine. And then, in Annaprashana, when they were trying to feed sweet rice to Narottama, he was not eating. He is not eating. So another personality was there, who was one of the Pandits. He said, this boy will not eat the sweet rice because it is not offered to Lord Krishna. And then it was offered and this boy ate. These are our acharyas, devotees, these are our acharyas. Right from childhood, they are great. They are divine, they are next level. And how fortunate we are. We have bumped into this parampara. Now I cannot say we have appeared, we got connected. ऐसा नहीं था कि हम ढूंढ रहे थे and then we got connected. No. We just bumped into this parampara. And the parampara was so merciful, they held us. अभी नहीं जाने देंगे. They have held us. Yes. So in this way we see that this prophecy of Gauranga, came true. It has to come true. The prophecy that Krishnananda Maharaj heard came true. And the dream that Narayani saw, that came true. One of the astrologers, one of the Pandits there, he warned Krishnananda Maharaj, then be aware of one thing. This boy going to Padmavati river is very, very dangerous. Please take care of this one thing. And it is described that Narottama Das or Krishnananda Maharaj, he told all the guards, and he made sure that Narottama would not go to river Padmavati. Now what was the danger that Pandit didn't tell? But all of us know. What was that danger? And it is described since they were Vaishnavas. And a lot of Vaishnavas would come, the pilgrims who are going to Jagannath Puri. So a lot of pravachans would be held. And Krishnananda Maharaj would take a lot of anxiety to arrange accommodation for these people, prasad for these people, all the Vaishnava seva he would like to do. And it is described one day when a devotee was giving pravachan. So on that day, Krishnananda Maharaj, he told Narottama, today let's go to pravachan together. Now you can imagine small Naru and Krishnananda Maharaj, they both holding each other's hand, and then he took Naru, to this pravachan. I'm saying Naru not because I want to say, that's how Narayani would call him, Naru. Now Naru and Krishnananda, both of them are there in the pravachan. And whose pravachan was going on? There was a talk about the great divine meeting of Raghunath Das Goswami and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the pravachanಕಾರ was there, the devotee who was speaking, he was speaking about how Raghunath Das Goswami, he was so much attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And every now and then he would plan how to run away from the house. And then he described how he ran away from the house. Then he described the meeting of Chaitanya and Raghunath. And then he described Raghunath Das Goswami's transcendental Mahaprasadi Govinde prayers. I mean, how he would eat or how he would honor prasadam. And what was that divine prasadam? Firstly, he would stand at the door of Simhadwara to beg. After that, he started going and just taking it from the shop. And after that, he renounced all that and he would go to a place where the prasadam, leftover prasadam, which is not edible, is dumped at one place, which even dogs and cows would not take. And he would go there and take those rice grains, and then upper part would be rotten. So he would wash it very nicely and just take the hard part and keep it, for his delicious meal. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got to know, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he said, "You're eating feast and not giving me?" And Narottama Das Ṭhākura Raghunath Das Goswami might be thinking, feast? What I'm doing, I only know. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proved it to the entire world that what he loves. He saw the potli having that divine prasad. He went and he snatched that from Raghunath Das Goswami, and he put it in his mouth and he said, "This is the most delicious feast which I ever had." And then again he took one more. And he wanted to take one more at that time. Swarup Damodar said, "Bas, this is not suitable for you." What was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tasting? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was tasting the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu likes renunciation. And in Gaura Bhakta Gana, what is Pradhan? Vairagya is Pradhan. And as and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be hearing about Raghunath Das Goswami's renunciation, he would be feeling so happy, so very happy. Very nice, very nice. And the divine renunciation shlokas, which came from the lotus mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was for Raghunath Das Goswami. Or I should say, when Raghunath Das Goswami asked, at that time these words manifested. Bhalana khayebe ara bhalana paribe. Grame vartana shunebe ara grame vartana koribe. So Raghunath Das Goswami asked that any instructions for me. At that time he sent these statements that Bhalana khayebe, don't eat sumptuous prasad. Bhalana paribe, don't wear nice clothes. Gramya vartana shunebe ara grama vartana koribe, don't do prajalpa, don't hear prajalpa. Now all this who is hearing in the pravachan? Naru and Krishnananda Maharaj. When Naru and Krishnananda Maharaj went home, so there was a nice feast that was made by Narayani. They were there on the dining and it was served. And Naru started saying, "Why are we eating this? Why are we not following Raghunath Das?" And then Krishnananda Maharaj, he started laughing. And he said, "We cannot imitate these great souls. You have this prasad." And after prasadam was over, And then when they were having, again, a family discussion, at that time, again, Narottam said, "Why are we not running away from the house like Raghunath Das Goswami?" Now just imagine what Krishna and Maharaj and Narayani would be feeling. So at that time they said, "No, this is not meant for us. He did that." But then Narottama was not satisfied with this. He said, maybe it's not for you all. Mentally he said, and I was reading in the book, mentally he said that, my dear parents, maybe it's not for you, but it's surely for me. I have liked it and I will do it. This was the determination that Naru got. It is described that when many pilgrims would be passing by his palace, Narottama would ask his servants, who are they? They look so effulgent. And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence was there. I mean, when he was very, very young, Narottama was very, very young. And so all of them, they would be going and they would be speaking about the golden incarnation. They were talking about the golden incarnation, Lord Chaitanya, and they would be talking to each other. And Narottama would be hearing all this. One day, he took the servant and he said, I want to meet these people. And Naru, he went and he met various pilgrims, and now this became a daily affair. He would take his servant and he'd say, I want to meet this person, that person. Just go and talk to them, hear about Chaitanya. And one day, there were many devotees, who were there together. And there was a very old person who was giving a pravachan, who was giving a class. And he was speaking about the divine incarnation in this age of Kali, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And his name was Krishna Das Babaji. He was speaking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Narottama, he was hearing all this. And then he asked the servant, who is this person? He's so effulgent. He's speaking with so much of love about Gauranga. Who is he? And at that time, the servant said, you don't know? He is personal associate of Chaitanya. He remained with him for a long time. And now he's in Kheturi Gram, settled. And now, Narottama, when he heard this, he went to Krishnadas Babaji and he told, can you speak more about Chaitanya? And the eyes of Narottama Das Ṭhākura were so bright and glittering. And when Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, when he saw Narottama's eyes and the eagerness to hear about the Lord Chaitanya, he also became very ecstatic. And his eyes were glittering and bright. Now these two great devotees sitting together, they started Gaur Leela. And when Gaur Leela was spoken, at one point, Narottama expressed that I want to meet Chaitanya. And Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj said that already Lord Chaitanya has left this world. Now, for us, we'll not understand what does it mean. We'll not understand what does it mean. But Narottama's situation was pathetic. He started saying, he was lamenting like anything, and he started saying that I should have taken birth few years before. Lord was just there, very close. Just imagine that the Lord disappeared in 1991 and you take birth in 1992. That was the situation of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. And he was saying, gone. I lost all the opportunity to take darshan of Gaura Chatra. And therefore Narottama Das Ṭhākura writes that very, very painful song. Jayanilo prema dhana karuna pracho. And there he writes all that. Adile pashibo, putibo matha. He's saying that I'll enter the fire. I'll break my head. No, I'll just bang my head on a wall. Where is that Gaura Nataraj? So these are the songs. These are the different feelings that he's expressed. Now when you sing that song, understanding why he wrote that song, then you'll understand. And the more pathetic situation was that he was hearing about Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, all of them. And before he went to Vrindavan, they also disappeared. And therefore Narottama Das Ṭhākura, Raghunath Das Goswami, all of them, they disappeared. And here Narottama Das Ṭhākura's situation was very, very pathetic. He was thinking, I'm not able to meet any of them. I couldn't meet Gauranga, Nityananda. I couldn't meet their next associates, that is Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. I couldn't meet any of them. He was lamenting so much. And obviously Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj would give him solace and all that. But literally, we have to contemplate on this point that what is the pain that this personality was actually feeling. See, one thing is there that when we sing these bhajans, we will not feel that pain. Where he's saying that, where has my God Nataraj gone? No, he's there in the altar. Where he is not, he's here only. Where has he gone? No, where is my Rupa? Where is my... They are there again, in the altar. So we cannot feel the pain. And when Narottama is loudly calling out in a song, Aha Prabhu Koro Daya Deo More Pada Chaya, we'll again not be able to make out what actually that means. We don't have that feeling. We are like, I have got Diksha, he didn't get, he's crying. I got Diksha, my spiritual master accepted me. Therefore, when we are singing these bhajans, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of these great acharyas. I should say in the padukas of these great acharyas. And then we should actually sing these songs, understanding the mood in which the song was written. Then we can actually feel, we can relish, we can connect. Or else this J.R. Rilo it's so difficult to connect. So difficult to connect. Therefore, when we hear these songs, sing these songs, we should understand the mood. Therefore, I've tried to highlight what was the mood of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. He was so close. He was so close and he was not able to meet. In this way, Narottama Das Ṭhākur's, or Narottam's, or Naru's, the daily affair became associating with Krishnadas Babaji. Every day, after finishing his Sanskrit class, he would go and sit with Krishnadas Babaji. And Krishnadas Babaji, the personal associate of the Lord, don't you think the way he will be narrating the pastime would be next level altogether? And he would be narrating, and then Narottama is hearing. He would be narrating and Narottama is hearing. And there were two personalities who were tense, and their names were Krishnanand and Narayani. Mother Narayani, now she was an anxiety. And she told Krishnananda that, Prabhu, we are kayastas. We are supposed to take care of this entire place. We are supposed to do the administration. We are supposed to do the management. And this boy all the time associates with that Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. He's just hearing Krishna Gatha, Gaura Gatha always engaged in puja. You should do something. So this anxiety of parents whose kids become brahmacharis is in parampara. So whenever any young boy starts practicing bhakti, this anxiety comes in their heart. All the parents get this anxiety. What will happen to my son? And here Narayani had that anxiety. And then Krishnananda Prabhu, he spoke now to Narottama Prabhu that, my dear child, we are kayastas. You should spend time in understanding how to do management, how to take care of people, and all that, they spoke. And Narottama heard all that. But that night, when he was sleeping, he was not satisfied with all these talks. And he said that, I don't want to get into management. I don't want to get into this management, the kingly management that is there. I just want to dedicate my entire life in service of the Lord. This was the determination that he had got. So when Gauranga, when he had told Nityananda that I'm going to deposit this love in Padmavati river, he had also instructed him on very, very important thing. Maybe I'll read out verbatim for you all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told him that Narottama will be such a wonderful devotee that every word coming from his mouth will be filled with love of God. And anyone who sings his praises will certainly attain love of God. So it's an incentive for all of us to sing the glories of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. And then he said that if I leave my love with him, it is certain that nectarian ocean of Sankirtan will continue to flood the universe. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he instructed Nityananda Prabhu on that day that, oh Nityananda, you have to remind Narottama to come and collect this gift from Padmavati river. So on this day when Narottama was sleeping and then he was lamenting and he was thinking, what, this management and all, I don't want to get into, I don't want to become the king, I don't want to get into these material affairs. So when I was thinking all that, it is described that he fell asleep, he got a dream, and Nitai appeared in the dream. Very, very effulgent. Ajanu lakpita bhajao, kanakava dato, and having beautiful eyes. And on that particular night in that dream, he told Narottama, please go to Padmavati river, and there is a gift for you from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please go and collect it. Now, this personality, when he got up, Narottama, when he got up, he was ecstatic. And now he wanted to go to Padmavati river. So just one day when he was extremely small, young, so he had just expressed his desire that I want to go to the river. And his father became he was in complete anxiety. And he told all the guards there, make sure this boy never goes to the river. So from that time, never he was allowed to go outside. And in fact, Krishnananda Maharaj told him that you don't go to the river. I'll make a small pond here, play in this how much ever you want. You know, the king after all. No, swimming pool he made. And okay, you play how much ever you want. And it's described that Narottama never went on the other side. He never went to the river. And on this day, mid of the night, when he got this dream, he couldn't control himself. He put some wooden material. He got onto that. He jumped out of the window. And it was the mid of the night. All the soldiers were resting. He just ran to Padmavati river. And is described chanting the holy names of the Lord. He entered the river. And when he entered the river, it was the same overflowing pastime that happened in the river, where all the water came out and flooding the banks. And at that time, Padmavati Devi understood, this is the personality. And she came there, and she came with a golden lotus in the hand. And she said, oh Narottama, this is the gift that Lord Chaitanya has given it to me to hand over it to you, please take. And Narottama held that golden lotus, and the description says that she disappeared, but this golden lotus turned into a beautiful golden boy. And this golden boy embraced Narottama and entered his body. And Narottama at that time, only thing that he could do was chant, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. And is described that his blackish complexion turned into golden. And was going mad. In fact, the time when Padmavati was asking questions to Gauranga, then how will I know that who is that person? So Gauranga said that when he enters your river, your river will overflow. And he said that if he has already so much of love, how can he hold this love that you're giving? And Gauranga very confidently had told that he will be able to hold, you just give. How the devotees don't have any love, we cannot make out what does that mean. Already he has and more is given to him. What does that mean? But here we can understand from Narottama's entire ecstatic symptoms. He was just rolling on the ground chanting Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. And then it was the morning time, the sun is rising, and in the house, there's a huge chaos. Where is Narottama? Where is Naru? Where is Naru? And then someone said, maybe he might have gone to the river and Krishnananda, river. And all of them, they went to the river with the soldiers, and they could see one boy weirdly acting, rolling on the ground and jumping and chanting Gauranga, Gauranga. And then they could make out, oh, he's our Naru. And Narayani went there and held him. Naru, what happened to you? And what happened to your complexion? And Krishnananda is there, and all the soldiers are not able to make out what's happening. He is just jumping from that, leaping from that when they're holding him. And it is described that somehow they got him to the house, and they were very sure he's haunted by a ghost. But they never knew that this is a golden ghost who has haunted him. they called a ghost exorcist. And he said that this is not a ghost for sure. This is just some Mata imbalance. This is some Mata imbalance. They were trying to hold him on the bed and he was chanting Gauranga and he was leaping from the bed and jumping. And they were holding him back again. Again he was jumping, rolling on the ground. All this was happening, tears in the eyes. Narottama had tears in the eyes. That was love of Godhead. And Krishnananda and Narayani also had tears in the eyes, looking at his situation, thinking that something is weird. And some doctors were called. And all this was going on. At that time, Narottama looked at his father, laughing. And what do you think? I've got some medical defect? What I'm experiencing is love of God. Medicines cannot cure this. And again he started jumping, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Now Krishnananda and Narayani, when he slept for some time, they started discussing amongst themselves, and Krishnananda said, maybe this is true. He's experiencing love of God. And all these different things, were spoken. And after a few days, when same things were happening, and this boy was a bit pacified, so it is described that Narayani went to him, and she asked him that, asked Narottama, that, oh son, please tell me how can I help you? I cannot see you in this situation. Please tell me how can I help you? At that time, Narottama, he spoke some words which were like thunderbolt directly hitting the heart of Narayani. And those words were, if you really want to help me, allow me to go to Vrindavan. I want to dedicate my life in the service of Supreme Personality of Godhead. I want to be a renunciate. I don't want to be a king. And Narayani, with a huge, heavy heart, he said, oh son, please don't speak all this. Please don't speak all this. This is not good for you. You have to stay here. The same thing that you want to do in Vrindavan, do it here. And he was just going on and on that, I want to go to Vrindavan, I want to renounce the house, I want to go to Vrindavan. At that time, Krishnananda Maharaj, he came and he said, my dear son, we are supposed to take care of this place. We are servants of all the Vaishnavas here. And many Vaishnavas keep passing by from here, to Jagannath Puri, and we are supposed to take care of them. This is our service. We have to do that. Oh son, you should stay back here. Now again, this great personality Narottama, after hearing all this, he kept quiet. And many days passed like that. He was ecstatic. One day there was a dream, that was there. And the dream was that Lord Chaitanya, he appeared in the dream. And then he was telling, don't think anything, just run to Vrindavan. How amazing, no? Just run to Vrindavan. And already Narottama was full ready, to run to Vrindavan. And after this dream, the next day, the Nawab of Bengal, he wanted to meet Narottama. Because he heard the ecstatic symptoms of Narottama Ṭhākura, Narottama at that time, Narottama. And when he heard about the glories of Narottama, the ecstasies that Narottama was going through, so the Nawab wanted to meet. So the messenger came to Krishnananda Maharaj. He said that Nawab wants to meet your son. And now Narayani couldn't take that. What was the thing that she was thinking? My Naru will go out of the house now? And she was telling the husband, please don't send. But then he was telling, see, by the mercy of that Nawab only we are able to do our service here. We have to send him, we have to pacify him. At that time, Krishnananda, he told Narayani, don't worry. We'll send a convoy with him. There is a huge number of soldiers who will take care of him. So don't worry, they will go and come back. And then Narottama and a huge number of guards were very strong. When they were leaving, so that time Narayani said, oh my son, please come back very soon to the house. And Narottama turned to his mother. He smiled and said, I'll come very soon. And he just left. And when they were going, so it was night, they put a camp. In the middle of the night, he decided, I will run away from this place. And somehow he escaped. And then he started running. And the description says that he went on running with lightning speed. And then he collapsed in one place. And these guards could catch him. Now the guards caught him. They started chastising him left and right. I would like to reread verbatim the way it is. Very nice. Every devotee should have this feeling. Wonderful feeling, towards the Lord. Ha, Rajkumar, we have found you at last. And our Rajkumar is, he never wanted to get caught. Another said, do you realize that hundreds of men have been searching for you? Your mother Narayani, your father Maharaj Krishnananda, they're all searching for you. There is great anxiety. And all of them, they wanted Narottama to come back. And Narottama, he's saying, I cannot return to Kheturi with you. I am firmly resolved to go to Vrindavan. I'm dedicating my life fully to the Supreme Lord. And now all these soldiers over there, they start telling, forget this madness. And the one who was senior amongst them, they said, it's not fitting for a prince to behave like a vagabond. Don't behave like this. Come back. Now look at, or hear this very carefully, Narottama Das Thakur's feeling towards the Lord and how he convinced these soldiers. Narottama Das Thakur said, on the contrary, it would not be befitting for me to return to Kheturi. A faithful widow may decide to join her husband on his funeral pyre. I have decided to climb the pyre of pure Krishna consciousness and leave my material life behind. It's not right for you to try to dissuade me. And they tried arguing more. And then he said again, when a woman wants to show her devotion to her dead husband in this extreme way, it's natural for her well-wishers to try to stop her. I understand. You don't want me to enter the fire of God consciousness, but please understand that I would be less than a faithful servant of my Lord if I didn't attempt to enter that fire. When he was speaking all this so beautifully, so wonderfully, the hearts of these soldiers melted and they told, you may go. Without telling bye to all those soldiers, he just ran from that place. With the lightning speed again, he was running to Vrindavan. And finally, and after a long time, without eating anything, without drinking anything, he faints. And then a person comes, the golden Brahmana with a pot of milk. Narottama had no strength at all in the body. And when the golden Brahmana gave that pot to him, so he took the pot and again he went off to sleep. At that time, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami appeared in the dream of Narottama Das Thakur. And when they appeared in the dream of Narottama Das Thakur, it is described that Rupa Goswami told him, you know who was that golden Brahmana? He is Lord Chaitanya himself. And he has given you with this pot of milk. And if you drink this milk, you'll get all the energy and you'll be able to come to Vrindavan very soon. And he got up. Now can you imagine, when he got to know that this pot of milk was given by Gauranga, he went into ecstasy. And when he was drinking, he was making sure not even a drop of milk will fall from his mouth. He drank the milk and he ran to Vrindavan. And when he ran to Vrindavan, when he came to that place, he was feeling so unqualified. He said, how can I be allowed in this place? I'm not at all qualified. This is the place where my Lord had come. This is the place where all these Goswamis have spent time. This is the place where Lord Krishna has performed his eternal pastimes, and he's performing his pastimes even now. I have no qualification to enter this place. And with that huge dainyata, he entered that place. Fast forwarding the entire pastime to wind up. He was welcomed by Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami then took him to Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami, he said, yesterday in the dream, Gauranga told me that you're going to come. Welcome to Vrindavan. And then Narottama Das Thakur, or Narottama, he goes and then he begs initiation from Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami, he being so humble, he said, how can I give you initiation? I'm not qualified. A qualified person should give you initiation. And Narottama, he was trying his best. And then for 1 year, he did the menial service of cleaning the place where Lokanath Goswami would pass to. And one day he was caught by Lokanath Goswami, and Lokanath said, "Why are you doing this? You're the prince. You're the prince of Keturi. How can you do all this?" And then he started saying, Narottama started saying, "Gurudev, you please accept me. Aha Prabhu karo daya deho more pada chhaya." And when all these things are happening, finally the heart of Lokanath Goswami melted and he accepted Narottama as a disciple. And Jiva Goswami becomes the Shiksha Guru of Narottama Das Ṭhākura. And this Das Ṭhākura was given to him. Narottama Das was made in the initiation, and Ṭhākura was the title that was given, Narottama Das Ṭhākura. Narottama Das Ṭhākura, Shyamanand Prabhu and Srinivas Acharya, they were the Shiksha disciples of Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami, at that time, he was leading the entire Brajabhumi. He was that leading Goswami there. And he was taking care of all the books of the Goswamis who had left behind. And he was the one who made sure the books are kept intact. He was the one who made copies of that books. And then, for the first time from Vrindavan, the 3 divine book distributors and preachers were dispatched. And it is described that one day Jiva Goswami announced to all the Vaishnavas that this trio, Narottama, Srinivas and Shyamananda, are going out of Vrindavan to distribute the books of our acharyas and all the devotees. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And all the 3 were thinking, we're supposed to go out of Vrindavan? You didn't tell us before. It's a very, very important lesson that we have, is for the service of the Lord, for the service of Guru, the devotee does not hold anything for himself. He bets himself the weight is told and then executes that service. Such a malleable devotee is the one who becomes qualified to enter the real realm, the spiritual realm of Krishna consciousness. And Narottama Das, Srinivas, Acharya, Shyamanand Pandit, all of them, they start for book distribution. They go to Keturi Gram, and in the Keturi Gram, again Narottama meets his parents. His parents are very happy because Narottama had told, very soon I'll come. So he gave darshan to his parents. And he organizes the biggest festival, that is on Gaura Purnima day. Someday we'll just take the festival, how this Gaura Purnima was celebrated by Narottama. This festival is so great that Gauranga appeared in that place. He witnessed the entire festival. And Narottama could also take darshan of Gauranga, Nityananda and other Panchatattva members. And he stayed in Keturi. He did preaching all around in different places. He had some disciples also. One of the disciples' name was Ganga Narayan. And so many Ramakrishna was another disciple. So one day, towards the ending pastimes of Narottama, so Narottama Das Ṭhākura, he told his disciples that tomorrow we'll go to the river. And then all of them, they went to the river. In fact, they were there at some place, and then he wanted to go to Keturi. And when they went to Keturi, then he said, we'll go to the river. And when he was in the middle of the river, Narottama was in the middle of the river, at that time, he told his disciples, do kirtan. And he told Ganga Narayan, you massage my body. And Ganga Narayan was very happy of personal service. He was massaging the body of Narottama in the waters. Kirtan was going on. And when Ganga Narayan was massaging the body of Narottama, he was seeing that there was some whitish milk-like substance that was coming out of the body of his Gurudev. And then he was seeing that the area around the place where they were standing all became white. Searching, where is it coming from? And then he was able to make out it's coming from the body of his Guru. And it's described that he understood what is happening. But then he was not able to shout, he was not able to yell. He told, his god brother Ramakrishna there that this is what is happening. They were not able to do anything, but he continued massaging because that's what his Gurudev had instructed. And in no time, the entire body of Narottama in front of the eyes of all the disciples melted completely into milk, and that milk was flowing in Ganga. And the only thing that Ganga Narayan at that time, the disciple of Narottama Das Ṭhākura, could do was take a pot and fill that pot with milk and keep that close to his heart and cry. This is how Narottama Das Ṭhākura disappeared on this auspicious day, the day which we are celebrating today. in the month of Kartik. These are our acharyas. They appear in a divine way, they disappear in a divine way, and they give divine scriptures to us. They give divine songs to us. And by those divine songs, by those divine literatures, we can also imbibe some mode of Krishna consciousness, love towards the Lord, understand the principles of devotional service, understand the principles of renunciation, and understand what should be the humility that a devotee should have, and understand that how we are stuck in this material world. All these different things, just by singing those 4 stanzas, 5 stanzas, 8 stanzas, given by these great personalities, we can enrich our life. Bhakti Siddhanta Sarsi Ṭhākura, when he was just in the school, so at that time, sitting in the school, he would read the books or the songs of Narottama Ṭhākura. Teacher is teaching something and he is sitting and reading Narottama Ṭhākura's books. Prabhupada, he gave so much importance to the works of Narottama Ṭhākura. Therefore, one thing that we have to realize every time on the day of appearance or disappearance of these acharyas is they are very special. We have no qualification to be part of this Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, but they're very, very merciful. Prabhupada is very, very merciful. Our spiritual masters are very, very merciful that they connected us to this Parampara. And the only thing that we have to meditate is, how can I do justice to the gift, what this Parampara has given us, the gift of Krishna consciousness, which is flowing in this divine Parampara. And every single personality in this Parampara is divine. Make a note of that. All those 32 names that Prabhupada writes in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, all of them, they're siddhas, they're perfected beings. And these names are given by Saraswati Ṭhākura. These are all perfected beings. And we have received knowledge from them. So there shouldn't be any tinge of doubt about whatever these personalities are telling us in their books and in their songs. So let's pray to Narottama Ṭhākura on this auspicious day, that the love that he had, the ocean of love that he had, is so great. The ocean of love towards Gauranga, towards Vrindavan, we don't have any of it. We don't have the Guru Nishtha that he had towards Lokanath Goswami. We don't have any of it. Only thing that we can beg and pray to him on this day is, if I can get an iota, a small particle of the drop of ocean of love and the Nishtha that you have, oh, Acharya Ṭhākura, I will drown in that and I'll die attaining Krishna. So please bless me with the taste for the holy name at Srimad Bhagavatam and the rati towards the service of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. This is the only thing that I beg to you, O Acharya Ṭhākura, on this auspicious day. Śrīla Ṭhākura ki, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.